Alright guys, Scotty Games here again. Right, so I think we're on episode 4 now of our WCW Nitro save, which is, it's good. So I want to show you something before we start this video. So where is it? How do I get into it again? Let's have a look. Yeah, got it. So backstage, so let's have a look at this, right? So Booker T has broken up with Paisley, okay? So they've broken up. And I think Mark Jindrak is now dating Paisley on the game in real life. Not in storyline terms, but actually in the game in real life. So, I don't know, should I implement that into the Booker T storyline, or should I just leave that? See, Paisley's dating Mark Jindrak, so she dumps DDP and she fucks off with fucking Jindrak, which is, okay. Whatever floats her boat, but yep. So that's that. So Booker T is having quite a bad time in the game and in real life by the looks of it. So there we go. So anyway, as you can see, on the last Nitro we got a 73 rating, which is really good, to be honest with you. That's probably one of my better ratings that I've ever had on this game, man. That's how fucking bad I am. Well, of course, as you can see, Booker T defeated Mike Awesome to retain the WCW United States title, which is good. Of course, RVD and CM Punk are in a feud. Earthquakes, well, John Tenta, he's back with Jimmy Hart. He's squashing guys. Sabu's with Jake, obviously. It's gone well. So anyway, Piper's Pit was back as well, which was cool. Jamie Dundee, yeah. Oh, that's one thing. Jamie Dundee's not going to be on this show. I totally forgot about the whole fucking Jamie Dundee thing. But anyway, it's cool. We'll put him on the next show. So, let's book it. Okay, guys, wish me luck. So, the pre-show match is AJ Styles defeated Kaz Hayashi by pinfall with a spiral tap. Segment rating of 56. All the greens, which is always good. I'm going to have to start putting AJ Styles on the main show, I think. Because he's the flavour of the month, I suppose. Both guys have good chemistry, which is good. Yeah, happy with that. Pre-show match. I would have been happy with that on the main show. So Jimmy Yang and La Parka. La Parka defeated Jimmy Yang with a corkscrew sent-on bomb. La Parka's debuted the Reaper gimmick. It's gotten an initial rating of great, which is good. Yeah, can't complain at that. 50, smack bang in the middle. So let's go to the main show, and I apologise in advance for all the stuff that I've wrote. It's just I have to do stuff. I can't just do it and then tell you what they said. I have to actually write it down. So I do apologise for that. But I know some people do like it, but some people maybe get a little bit frustrated. If you want me to change it, then just let me know and I'll do that, Right, so anyway, next segment, here we go. Here's the opening of the show. And of course it's with Hogan and Bischoff. Who else, So the show starts with Hogan and Bischoff walking to the ring together, visibly pissed off. Bischoff grabs a microphone. Bischoff says, "Last week we made it perfectly clear. Diamond Dallas Page is banned from every WCW arena. Period. No exceptions, and Booker T was warned that if Page stepped foot in the building, his suspension would be immediate. Simple as that." Hogan says, "Yeah, brother. That's right. We run this company now, and we run it our way. No freeloaders, no outlaws. No one gets to disrespect Hulkamania or the authority of Eric Bischoff. When we said stay out, we meant it." Then Bischoff says, "But what happened last week? Some masked man ran into Booker T's match, interfered, and cost Mike Awesome the match. Now, we don't have proof, and we can't officially say it was Diamond Dallas Page, but anyone with eyes knows who was under that mask. Booker T, you've got until the end of the night to come clean and tell us who that masked man was, and if you don't, your suspension stands because you're either with us or without us." Hogan said, "And Page, if you think you can keep sneaking in here disguised, trying to play us for fools, You're dead wrong, brother. We've got eyes everywhere. Security is doubled, and if you even think about showing your face again, you're fired. No second chances. Hogan throws down the microphone as he and Bischoff exit the ring in anger. So that got a... let me see. That got a 73, which is good. Happy with that. So, then, first match of the night is a decent match, and Natural Born Thrillers defeated 3 Count when Sean O'Haire pinned Evan Courageous with a senton bomb. The Natural Born Thrillers make defence number 4 of the WCW World Tag Team titles. Now, it just feels like there's no competition out there for the Natural Born Thrillers. But they are still the champions, so that's a 5... was that a 55? Aye, that's cool. So then we go to another match, which is decent. Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeated Juventud by pinfall with a brainbuster. The match was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. So of course Chavo Guerrero Jr. is the number 1 contender for Shane Helms. They will be facing each other at the Great American Bash. Booking details. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So that got a 64. So, about that had decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat. CM Punk defeated Low Key in 646 by pinfall with a top rope pedigree. 50-50. The crowd were turned off by having a match outside of the pre-show between workers they did not have any investment in. The match cooled the crowd a little. Fucking hell, man. I thought that would have been... well, it was decent. Oh, God. Quite annoyed at that, actually. Well, not annoyed, but disappointed. Low Key's the flavour of the month. So, after the match, CM Punk wins, obviously, and then smirks at the crowd when suddenly One of a Kind plays as Rob Van Dam makes his way to the ring. Punk looks ready for a fight, but RVD enters the ring laughing at Punk. Of course, CM Punk actually attacked RVD last week after his match from behind. So RVD says, "Relax, Punk. I'm not here to beat you up. Not tonight. Last week I handled Jamie Noble like only Mr. Tuesday Night can, but instead of celebrating, I got you trying to make a name for yourself by blindsiding me, running your mouth about how you don't drink, smoke or party." Punk then grabs a microphone from ringside. Punk says, "That's because I'm better than you, Rob. Every time you step in this ring, you're already a step slower because of what you put in your body. You've wasted your talent because you'd rather get stoned than get serious. At least I've got the guts to say it to your face." RVD says, "Yeah, you've got guts, Punk, but you've also got a problem. See, you can stand here and call me wasted talent all night, but I've done more in my career my way than you've ever done your way. I'm Mr. Tuesday Night. I'm Mr. Pay-Per-View. I'm the whole damn show. And you're also a terrible example. You've got these people cheering you because you're cool. But they don't see the truth. I'm here to save them from thinking guys like you are role models." RVD says, "Save them? You're not here to save anyone. You're here because you can't stand the fact that I'm everything you're not. Laid back, confident, and still the best athlete in this ring without having to live like a monk. So earlier tonight I talked to Hogan and Bischoff. I told them I wanted you. No sneak attacks, no preaching or running away. They made it official. You versus me at the Great American Bash. When I beat you, you'll finally realise why they call me the whole fucking show." There we go. 58. Crowd are still simmering. Okay, so that was okay. So the storyline advanced and gained heat, which is good. Next segment. Just a pre-taped segment in Hogan's office. Hogan's sitting wearing his black bandana and black sunglasses. He is holding the WCW Hardcore belt, which is a different design from the previous belt. Hogan leans forward at the desk, speaking directly to the camera. Hogan says, "Let me tell you something, brother. Since me and Eazy-E took over WCW, we have been making changes. We're bringing the excitement back. We're bringing the danger back. And at the Great American Bash, we're going to take it to the next level, dude." Bischoff then walks into the shot standing behind Hogan. Bischoff has a serious look on his face as he looks directly into the camera. Hogan says, "You see, I've been thinking. WCW used to have a title that separated the men from the boys, brother. A title, I'm sorry for keep typing in brother. A title that wasn't about technical wrestling. It was about how much punishment you could take and still get back up." I think I've been watching too many Rocky films. "I'm talking about the WCW Hardcore Championship, brother. So here's the deal. At the Great American Bash, we are bringing it back, and we are not just handing it to somebody. We're going to have ourselves a hardcore invitational. Any man in that locker room who's crazy enough to step up can enter. It's no rules, no DQ, false count anywhere, brother. Now here's the kicker. This ain't just to WCW regulars. Anybody out there who thinks they can hang in the most dangerous match in wrestling can show up and try their luck. Get ready, because at the Great American Bash, the pain is coming back to WCW." Hogan points to the camera whilst Bischoff smirks. I got a 59. It lost heat. There was nothing to really do with the fucking storyline, was it? So, yeah, fuck it. So, we've got a Hardcore Invitational coming up. Next segment. About that had decent wrestling, but not much heat. Shane Helms defeated Jamie Noble with a vertebreaker. So, Shane Helms seemed off his game. Chavo Guerrero was at ringside watching. So, yeah, a good wee match here for Shane Helms. A wee pre-tune match to get him ready for the Great American Bash. 57. So, a poor match. Chronic defeated Romeo and Skipper when Brian Clark pinned Skipper with a high times. Squash match, basically. Basically a squash match. So after the match, Chronic have a microphone. They just make a challenge to the Natural Born Thrillers at the Great American Bash. That's all they've done. And I got a 39. I couldn't be arsed there. So, a decent match. Sabu defeated Sean Stasiak by submission with a camel clutch. Sabu had an in-ring performance of 63. Keebler did some good work at ringside. Of course, she's the manager of Stasiak. 60. That's a good rating, actually. I'll take that. So, I'm so sorry about this. After the match, Stacy Keebler, who looks slightly annoyed by Sean Stasiak's loss, is holding a microphone. Sabu is standing in the corner, pacing like a caged animal as Jake Roberts stands in front of her with a sly, dangerous grin. Stacy says, "Jake, your client Sabu just defeated Sean Stasiak in decisive fashion. But I have to ask, with the Hardcore Invitational coming up at the Great American Bash, will we be seeing Sabu in that match?" Jake says, no. He says, "Stacy, you ask me if Sabu will be in the Hardcore Invitational like it's some kind of opportunity, like it's a prize. Let me tell you something about that word, hardcore. Most of these boys in WCW, they think hardcore is swinging a chair, breaking a table, and spilling a wee bit of blood. That's not hardcore. Hardcore is living in chaos. Hardcore is when pain isn't a weapon, it's a comfort zone." Sabu is watching on, but still pacing up and down. Jake says, "You look at Sabu and you see scars. You see madness. You see a man who doesn't play by the rules because the world didn't give him any. The Hardcore Invitational is a circus for desperate men trying to prove they're tough. Sabu doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. If you put Sabu in a match like that, it's not competition, it's a crime scene. They would have to scrape what's left of those poor fools off the mat." Stacy said, "So that's a no?" Jake says, "No, Sabu won't be in your little Hardcore Invitational because he isn't here to play games. He's here to end careers, and when the time is right, the snake strikes." We then see Stasiak on the entrance ramp shout to Stacy that it's over. Oh, okay. I've totally fucked up the crowd heat, haven't I? Jake was penalised for having personal issues. What do I do? Do I send him to rehab or what? I don't think I should, because Sabu needs him, so fuck. So Booker T's seen entering the building carrying both his belts. He looks pissed and makes his way to Gorilla. Just something wee short and simple. 68. So, a decent match. Rob Van Dam defeated Mark Jindrak in 8-11 by pinfall with a frog splash. So, Jindrak, yep, RVD is doing well. So that got a 62. So after the match, RVD celebrates when again CM Punk stands on the ramp and threatens to run in for a sneak attack, but instead distracts RVD so Chris Hero can attack RVD from behind. Hero lays into RVD, but RVD fights back. Punk then grabs Hero's feet and pulls him out the ring and walks to the back. So it looks like CM Punk and Chris Hero have made a wee alliance. I'm thinking about bringing back the Straight Edge Society. Why not? I got a 21 rating. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. It's fine. It lost heat, the storyline, but it's okay. So next segment. About that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. John Tenta defeated Glenn Gilberti by pinfall with a seated senton. Another squash match, basically. Unclear. Fucking hell, man. I fucked the crowd up, haven't I? Bastard. So after the match, John Tenta and Jimmy Hart is about to leave the ring when the lights go out. They come back on, and around 10 seconds later, we see Sabu and Jake Roberts in the ring. Sabu throws a chair at Tenta and knocks him out the ring. Jimmy Hart runs out the ring. So what does this mean? Of course, I'm supposed to say Sable. Jake Roberts and John Tenta have had issues in the past, obviously, in the old WWF days. Will they be bringing that back here? So I got a 48. So, Hulk Hogan's backstage with Lance Storm. Hogan says, "Okay, Lance, brother, tonight is the night." Storm says, "I'm ready. Booker T is good, but I'm better. It's time that United States title was taken away from him and won by someone who gives the belt credibility." Hogan says, "That's what I like to hear, dude. WCW needs guys like you holding the gold. No nonsense, no games, just a pure wrestler. Now listen, I know Booker T is tough, but I've got your back tonight. Don't worry about Page. If that washed up rebel so much as shows his face near that ring, he's fired. I'm done with him making a mess of this company, brother." Hogan slaps Storm on the back as Storm heads towards the curtain. Main event time. So, a superb match. Lance Storm defeated Booker T by submission with a single leg Boston Crab after interference from Mike Awesome. Lance Storm wins the WCW United States title. Now, so basically, Mike Awesome hits Booker T with a chair and Lance gets a pin. So, that's Booker T lost one belt. Now, what I've actually forgot to write in here is that DDP comes, well, the Masked Man comes out and attacks both Lance Storm and Mike Awesome. I fucking forgot to write it in. So, just pretend that that's what happened. Because we're going to need it for this. So, after the match, Hogan and Bischoff storm to the ring. Hogan says, "Okay, Booker, say goodbye to the big time, brother. You'll be watching Nitro from your couch from now on. We know that was DDP." Obviously talking about the Masked Man. Bischoff said, "Security, you might want to stick around. Booker is about to become an unemployed former champion." Suddenly though, a well-dressed man in a suit walks to the ring holding documents. He's a legal rep. "Gentlemen, my name is Robert Englund." I didn't know what other name to write. I just wrote Freddy Krueger. So my name's Robert Englund, and I am here on behalf of WCW's legal department, and more importantly, the WCW Board of Directors. Bischoff says, "Oh great, another lawyer. Don't you have a parking ticket case to fight or something?" "Actually, Eric, I'm here to inform you and Mr. Hogan that you cannot suspend Booker T over an accusation." Bischoff says, "What are you talking about? I'm the boss. I can do whatever I want." Hogan looks at Eric in a confusing way. Legal rep says, "Not exactly. WCW's bylaws are very clear. Without concrete evidence linking Booker T to the Masked Man, you have no authority to strip him of the world title or suspend him. That would be a breach of contract, and the board of directors won't allow it." "Brother, so you're telling me We just let this guy keep walking around like nothing happened. Legal rep says that's exactly what I'm telling you. Until you can prove your claims, Booker T remains WCW World Heavyweight Champion and remains on the active roster. I've wrote some more stuff. If you just give me a wee second. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. Right, so then Booker T grabs the mic and says, I tell you what, I'm going to enjoy every second. Now can you dig that, sucker? Bischoff shouts, this isn't over. And then the announcers hype up what has just happened and say you can bet Hogan and Bischoff won't let this go. They're going to be hunting for that masked man. That got a 64. Not a good show whatsoever, guys, I don't think. And I'm quite pissed off at myself for forgetting to put DDP on the fucking show. Bastard. So finish show. It's not going to be good. I'll say a 60. Maybe lower. 66. I'll take it. I'll take it. Even though it lost its popularity in 2 shows. I'll take it. So, we have... I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. So we have one more Nitro, guys. One more Nitro. One more Nitro. Until the Great American Bash. So, let's see how we got on. Is there any news that I can give you right now? So the viewing figures were a 0.76. Sabu's gone from All Japan. Booker T and Sharmell have split up, obviously. And she's now with Mark Jindrak, which is fucking bizarre. So now we've got... Let's have a look. Events and TV. So let's have a look at this. So, 66. So we got a 0.76. The week before that we got 0.79. And the week before that one, 0.71. So ratings are kind of going up and down, but there's only been 3 shows. So the Great American Bash is on the 24th. This is the 13th. Yeah. So it's going to be one more Nitro and then the Great American Bash. Hopefully we'll have some more matches set up. So yeah. It's just a case of trying to... This Hardcore Invitational, I'm going to try and bring in some hardcore guys, obviously. We might see some surprises from elsewhere. We may see some guys who are maybe I'm not using much participate in it. And the feedback from viewers was great for the Nitro show. That's good. William Regal's hurt. He sustained chronic upper back pain while wrestling. It is expected that he will work through the pain and not miss any dates. Jack Lanza leaves the business. SmackDown. WWE call up Mark Henry. Or WWF, sorry. Okay. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Please join me on the next video, which will be Nitro. And I'll speak to you soon. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.